Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be learning about why the Matrix. This is the mind virus that is keeping you stuck. This is for all the people who have been trying to, learn about self-growth but haven't really gotten anywhere. This is pretty much what I've been concluding ever since I started to upgrade my whole life and really started getting into these books, analyzing a lot of shit, and just really getting rid of social media in a way where I can just fix my internal world, because a lot of these problems that you guys are having, bro, you guys are focusing more on the external. You guys are focusing on the cars, the money, the watches, the girls, all this stupid fucking bullshit that is just shiny object syndrome, bro. And I've been tuning into myself, a little bit more, and I've been concluding so what's been kind of going on within my mind, and hopefully this video can help you out. Let me see if I'm recording. All right, so let me double check. All right, yeah, okay, so the mind virus keeping you stuck. The vast majority of people never change and remain stuck in a cycle of stagnation due to a psychological condition called self-solidification. This mind virus convinces individuals that their identity is static and unchangeable, leading them to stay the same person over and over again while expecting a different result. Understanding why people fail to grow and remain trapped in their current selves is the first step toward breaking free from this individual person. This phenomenon affects millions who will find themselves repeating the same patterns, making the same mistakes, and wondering why their lives never improve. The truth is uncomfortable. Your current self has a 0.0 chance of achieving success you desire. If you were already the person capable of achieving greatness, you would have done it by now. The path forward requires understanding the specific psychological traps that keep you locked in place. This is the whole reason why you are just in this phase where you're learning so much but you feel stuck, and most of these people that are at least trying to do something, they're at least learning and getting somewhere. But for the most people, this is for 98% of you guys, you guys are stuck in this fucking position to where it's you know that there's a better life, but you just don't want to do it. You know that you can get fit, but you just don't want to do it. You can eat healthy. You know that you can get money, but you just feel stuck, and you'd rather be in this same miserable spot that you're in right now because you're used to it, you're comfortable, and that makes sense why most people don't grow. But good thing I stepped the fuck out of it, bro, and I've been locking in ever since, man. But the trap of the victimhood, external blame, the government, parents, genetics, or the matrix become convenient, become covenant scapegoats. The external blame, the government, parents, the genetics, or the matrix become a covenant scapegoats. Comfortable delusion, choosing comforting lies over uncomfortable truths, absolves accountability. Paralysis, no point in taking action if you believe suffering isn't your fault. People remain stuck because they choose victimhood, which absolves them of any accountability for the burden of their existence. Instead of admitting that their situation is their own fault, they hide behind objects of blame. By blaming external forces, they choose the comfort delusion over the uncomfortable truth, which leaves them paralyzed and powerless. This trap is insidious because it feels protective. It's easier to point fingers than to look in the mirror, but this choice comes with a devastating cost. If your problems aren't your fault, then you have no power to fix them. You become a passive observer in your life, waiting for the external circumstances to change while your potential withers away. So keep note of this. If your problems aren't your fault, then you have no power to fix them. Think about it. If you were to really analyze your life, right? If you were to really observe your life and just look at these key words. If your problems are your fault, right? So let's say all the failures, all the shit that you've been going through, you've just been blaming it on somebody else. Oh, because it's his fault. Dude, I don't know why, but everything just makes sense to me now. It makes sense why people are so fucking losers, bro. It makes sense why I was in this loser fucking state. It makes sense why people look down upon me, because I'm dude, I didn't have self-accountability, bro. And it makes sense why just everything in life was just eating me alive, because I just always had the blame. I was always in the blame game, bro. And to take it from me, bro, most of my fucking failures, bro, were just because I didn't want to really face, the responsibility of facing my own problems, bro. But you know, and as I'm getting older, like, dude, it's wonderful how I'm just realizing all this shit at a very young age, bro. But it's like, man, you need to wake the fuck up, bro, and take responsibility, bro. Especially if you're a fucking man, man. Like, honestly, bro, like, your brain's survival bias, okay? The human brain is a hardwire for efficiency and survival, not happiness, because you are currently alive. Your brain assumes that your current beliefs and behavior systems are safe. Regardless of how miserable or broke you are, this biological program creates a powerful resistance to change. People avoid change because the brain prioritizes this biological safety, viewing the becoming pain of growth as a threat to the current self survival. Your brain doesn't care if you're thriving, it only cares that you're surviving. This means that every attempt at transforming triggers alarms bells in your nervous system, making growth feel dangerous even when staying the same is actually destroying you. Your current self's probability of achieving greatness is chances of 0. Because you need to completely not change the current version of yourself, but you need to become a whole different person, bro. Because your mind and your brain are feeding off of this biological survival, and when you're in this survival, bro, it makes sense why you have so much anxiety and you feel, you know, not patient, because you just feel so left behind, and you just feel this urge of just like so much weighing on you, you know what I mean? And I've been going through this shit like for so much, but I needed to really analyze what the fuck was going on in my life, you know, because, you know, we run off of caveman brain, you know what I mean? We go off of fucking, you know, like, we're a little bit dumb, you know what I mean? Like, we're biological humans, you know what I'm saying? So we go off fucking logic, you know, especially men. But you need to understand about your brain's survival bias for sure, bro. Because after you learn that, you learn the web of cope and resistance. What is often labeled as laziness is actually a manifestation of resistance, a malevolent internal force generated by the current self to prevent it from dying so a new self can be born. This resistance is sophisticated, distinguished itself in forms that seem productive or harmless. Number 1 is procrastination, delaying the work that matters most while staying busy with trivial tasks. So this is pretty much like when you know you're watching a podcast, but you try to, like, you know, be lazy and you're just watching on your phone, or you try to, like, you know, really try to procrastinate, bro. Like, there's so many. I don't need to explain myself, bro. You know what the fuck you're failing on, bro. You know what the fuck you're fucking up on, bro. It's like, I'm just trying to reassure on what it is, you know, so you can become aware of what your life's problems are, because I figured out what mine are, you know. I'm just trying to help you out so you can learn and I can learn as well. So another one is distractions. YouTube, social media, endless scrolling provides escape from discomfort. Like, most of us are on fucking distraction, bro. Most of us either procrastinating or distracted. Like, these are probably the main two. Oh, actually, instant gratification, sugar, entertainment, and quick dopamine hits replacing delayed rewards. This one was a big one for me, bro. Like, it took me a while to snap the fuck out of social media, bro. Like, I was just so addicted, dude. Like, everybody's addicted to social media. So the only way for you to actually control it is for you to just completely just get rid of that shit, man. Just really fix your internal mindset, because if you don't do that, like, dude, the external will always give you so much bullshit and just so much, like, your external will try to control you, bro. Because if you let the external control you, bro, and if you don't fix the internal, then it'll operate at a way that you don't even want to, like, do. Like, you'll be in an automatic system. Like, what I mean by automatic system is that you'll be doing procrastination, distraction, instant gratification, and fake learning while you're not even noticing it. Like, you subconsciously don't even know it, but you're consciously aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But, like, your body is reacting towards procrastination, distraction, instant gratification, fake learning. Like, dude, it's crazy, because if you don't understand that, like, dude, your whole life will be just be going on repetition on automatic mode. And you have to sometimes snap out of it, like, redirect it on where it's going. Like, fix your mindset, bro. Because if you don't do that, dude, your mindset will be fucked, bro. And, like, you'll be really in the rat race, man. And my whole objective in this whole mission is to just escape the rat race and help you learn as much as I've been learning, and just, you know, really give you just sauce, bro. But a fourth one is fake learning, consuming content about success instead of doing the actual work. Like, dude, I'll break down this because this is a big one that I was actually fucking hurdling on. Like, dude, I was consuming so much content. I would watch so much books. I would read. I would like literally completely watch so many podcasts, so many episodes of just everything. Like, I would consume so much things, but sometimes, bro, like I would catch myself not even doing all the shit that I was learning, and I was just wasting time at that point. Like, dude, it makes sense why I'm still here, bro. But I'm like, I'm grateful that I'm snapping the fuck out of it, bro. And you guys are watching me in real time. Like, dude, it's crazy how I'm just, I'm picking up and going, bro. But people get caught in this web of cope, using these mechanisms to avoid actual work. They become hooked on the instant gratification because they lack the discipline to endure the latency between cause and effect. The gap between planting seeds and harvesting crops feels unbearable, so they choose the immediate comfort of distraction over the delayed satisfaction of achievement. And this goes to this, your low standards and tolerance. We don't get what we want, we get what we tolerate. People stay stuck because their personal floor, their minimum standard, is too low. They will not work to achieve a goal, but they will fight like hell to not break their standards. This creates a paradox where people have enormous energy to defend their current mediocrity, but no energy to pursue excellence. Most people find this current state of laziness tolerable, so they never reach the point of disgust required to flip the floor and raise their standards. They're uncomfortable enough to complain, but not uncomfortable enough to change. This lukewarm existence become a prison of their own making. Like, bro, I tell you right now, bro, I was literally in this fucking state, bro. Like, I had to really snap out of it and really take, like, dude, it took me a while to really, get out of this low standards, bro, and just really, like, that metaphor where people say, like, no one's really gonna drag you out of bed? Like, bro, no one's really gonna drag you out of fucking bed and do the work, bro. No one's gonna ever want you to, like, no one's gonna grab you by your head and fucking grab you and just put you to read a book. No one's gonna make you watch these podcasts. Nobody's gonna ever want you to just go learn and go do better, because everybody in this world, bro, is selfish. People would rather work on themselves than help other people, bro. But there is a small minority of people that are actually help you out and that are very genuine. And it's hard to find people like that, but I'm telling you, bro, like, you really need to fix this shit, because if not, like, dude, you'll be in a prison of your own making. Like, dude, you'll be always wondering, why am I not getting so fucking far? Why am I not actually developing? Why am I not becoming better? Because, dude, your standards are too fucking low. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, your current standards, where most people set their personal lives, your personal potential standards, what they could achieve with raised expectations. Like, dude, the body and the mind can absolutely change, bro. All you need is a thought, man. And you really need to believe that thought on what you actually can and want to become, bro. Because, dude, you in this whole world, bro, that we exist, everything comes from thought, man. And if you really believe what you want to become, like, dude, you could fucking have it, man. But it just takes time and really a lot of hard work, bro. Like, it really does. But the ocyclicality of life circle. Most people live in a loop of ocyclicality life cycles, following a predictable emotional path that keeps them spinning in place rather than moving forward. This cycle creates the illusion of progress while ensuring they never actually escape their current reality. So there's 5 of them, right? There's anger, decline, progression, pride, and comfort. So number 1 is anger. Triggers a small burst of action and motivation. Number 2, progress. That action creates small improvements. Pride. Success leads satisfaction and celebration. Number 4, comfort. Pride causes them to stop doing the work. And number 5, decline. Stopping the work leads back to a rut. This endless loop explains why every New Year's resolution fails, why gym memberships go unused after February, and why most people start and abandon projects repeatedly. They mistake the cycle of progress when it's actually a sophisticated form of stagnation. Breaking free requires recognizing the patterns and refusing to let comfort derail momentum. Like, dude, a biggest factor is comfort. Like, dude, comfort was a really big enemy that I was like struggling because, dude, I would always try to be in bed or like take naps or just like really distract myself from of like actually doing the work, because I knew that like if I were to really lock in, like, dude, it's so boring. Like, bro, like it makes sense why your mind always wants to have like instant gratification. Like it wants like I've been noticing, bro, like, and there's actually a study, like, dude, social media is the same fucking addiction as cocaine, bro. Once you get hooked on it, it's the same effect as cocaine, bro. You get fucking adrenaline, and you're like, dude, your adrenaline spikes just spike the fuck up, and then you're like, I forgot what it is, but you're like somewhere in the brain cells and some like all that shit. It just like it fucks up your wiring mind, like it really does. But like I'll explain it in another video. But the 0% rule. 0% your current self's chances of success. You have 0% right now as your current self to succeed. 100% you don't. The harsh reality is that a person's current self has 0% chance of success. If they were already the person capable of achieving greatness, they would have already done it by now. Because people refuse to crush their old identity and remold it like wet clay. They try to achieve new goals as their old incapable selves, which leading to inevitable failures. You cannot solve new problems with old thinking. You cannot reach new heights with old habits. The person you are today is perfectly designed to get results you're currently getting. Different results require a different person. This isn't motivational fluff. It's mathematical creativity. And it is true, because think about it. You really have to, like, think about it. This is why self-improvement never works. Because, if I just, watch this, if I binge watch, this show while I work, I'm still, working. But in reality you're just in a form of procrastinating, because for you to learn, bro, you need to really have like deep learning, bro. And for you to actually analyze certain types of subjects, and for you to like really be like in the zone, like when you're just focused, you need to not have like external fucking shit. Just like, it makes sense why most people never really learn like the way how, all these philosophers and all these great stoic people like really like achieve so much wisdom, because they were just so locked in. Like, dude, they didn't have anything distracting them. Like, dude, it's wild how it just took me a while for me to just realize and just snap the fuck out of it, man. Like, it takes a while, bro. It really does. But the life raft analogy. Imagine your current reality is a small little raft in the middle of a chaotic ocean. Even if the raft cramped it, leaking and miserable, you will cling to it with everything you have, because it is the only thing you know what that is keeping you afloat. This is the human condition, desperately looking onto familiar suffering, because the unknown feels more dangerous than known misery. To achieve greatness, you have to be willing to jump off that raft into the unknown reality to find a better ship. But most people are too afraid of the water to ever let go of the wood. They would rather drown slowly on a sinking raft than swim towards the possibility of a yacht. So these are three things, right? Your current reality, familiar, safe, but sinking, the unknown. Terrifying, but necessarily passage. And number three, your new reality, the ship you desire. The choice is yours. Cling to the familiar raft of your current identity and slowly sink into mediocrity, or have the courage to let go, swim through uncertainty, and claim the extraordinary life waiting on the other side. Your current self must die for your current self to be born. There is no other way. Like, really understand this for a moment. Bro. Like, for you to really get rich, for you to really just be somebody that actually, people look up to, and for you to just have, like, in a way, power, not power over people, but, like, respect, man. You need to really become a different person, man. And this goes out of every aspect, because how you do one thing is how you do everything, man. So if you really want to change your life, bro, if you really want to, make this year a really great year, bro, adapt to the new reality on who you want to become, which that means is that you have to jump. You have to fucking jump off the raft into the unknown, bro. You have to really get into the unknown, because in the unknown, it is scary, because, I don't know if I'm ever going to make it. I don't know, but I have this really big sense of belief that I know I already made it. Like, it's kind of hard for me to describe it, but I'm just very delusional in what I see and how my potential is because, dude, like, over the past couple of years, man, like, I just never really knew my full potential, but I really started to just have small little increments of just small steps, bro, and just building my way up. And over time, bro, I'm really getting smarter and really achieving a lot of shit, man. And it takes time, but it makes sense why God really delays everything, man. Because if I were to have money and all this shit before, like a year ago or 2 years ago when I was just barely learning, I would really be a totally bad person, bro. Like now I'm more aware of everything that I'm doing and I'm grateful to God. But yeah, hopefully this video helps you out and please subscribe and I'll catch you guys in the next one, alright? Peace.